Nice day for a ride?
Yeah, it was supposed to rain.
I'd say we made it, I don't know how far up there, and it feels like rain, smells like rain.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I can make it.
I came across this. Not gonna destroy it. Today's challenge is to make it all the way through the trail before it starts raining, and it's about to rain like now.
This is a little bit sketchy, isn't it? No, it's fine. It's beautiful. Downhill starts from here. Make sure my wheels are tight. Unlock the suspension.
Don't do this. Do not go downhill with your bike with one hand holding a big ass camera. This is stupidity. I don't have three hands, so I don't have a rear brake. That's it. I love marshmallows.
This is like the test pieces I made for the brick printer. Taking up space there, so I'm just putting it away.
You know, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I really want to make spaceships. It sounds insane. It's my dream to make spaceships. You know, like in the movies, you go in a spaceship, you go on another planet, you land, you do stuff, you get back on the spaceship, you come back to a station, Earth. So SpaceX is making this BFR, what used to be called BFR. Now it's called the Starship, a lifter. I don't know what the lifter's called yet. But basically they have this idea of having this big second stage made out of stainless steel that can go take off from the planet using a booster. Then it can go in orbit. Another one would take off. They will rendezvous. The second one is a cargo, has fuel in it. So it will transfer fuel to the other one. The other one can fly all the way to Mars. Then they can land on Mars. They can make fuel on Mars. And they can take off. You might be thinking why they're not refueling after they take off from Mars. The gravity is so much less, and the atmospheric pressure is way less, so there's way less drag on the spaceship as it takes off, so they don't really need that much fuel. With one tank they can basically make it back to Earth. This idea that I have rendezvous points like stations on Mars and on Earth, that basically you can fly spacecraft from the station to another station. The spacecraft doesn't have to land on a planet. That will be a separate spacecraft. Basically, you get into an ascent module, you get up to the station, you go all the way to Mars. When you get to Mars, you attach to another station. That station would provide you with more fuel for a return, and also you will go into a descent module, you go down to the surface. Basically that means the design of the spacecraft will be much simpler. It doesn't have to have heat shields or any kind of atmospheric entry devices to control it. It can be just like a box that you can like fly in space. You don't need anything else. And the fuel comes obviously from the station. This design obviously needs a station, it needs a spacecraft, it needs ascent / descent module, and it needs a fueling module. Fueling module is the same thing as the ascent and descent module with fuel tanks. Fill the station up with fuel. It's a lot of money, obviously. A lot of people have to develop it, but I just can't think of anything else. People who played Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen would know what I'm talking about. we put a station on Earth. These stations are full of fuel. Both of them. This is a fueling spacecraft. We have some on Earth. We have one on Mars. It carries fuel from Earth to the station, and it does that multiple times. Completely autonomous. Same thing here. Fuel from Mars to the station, from Mars to the station, continuously multiple times. Completely autonomous. These things are people carriers. They carry people from the station to Mars, from the Mars to station. Same thing on Earth. Think of this thing as a Soyuz or any other capsule that's currently used. They carry people from Earth to the station. Earth, station. Now, this spacecraft comes in here. It's a huge spacecraft, attaches to the Earth station, fuels up, flies to Mars. 6 months later, gets to Mars, empties whatever it has to the other carriers. People go from the craft to the station, and they go to the descent module here. They go down, do whatever they want. This thing gets fuel, comes back, and by that time, this is fueled up. This goes back to Earth. And there's multiple of these. They just go running back and forth. These things are huge, and they can operate completely autonomously. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I gotta do it in Kerbal Space Program now. Oh, and by the way, this printer, I've been working on it for a year. And this is the state of it right now. That's how it looks right now. I still got parts to print. This thing needs to go to that side. Bunch of carriers and stuff. I made this part since the first video. Has the bearing in there, and the belt goes in here and loops around, and this thing goes on here and moves. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I'm just gonna go ahead and end it right here. See you.